Hello everyone and welcome to another video on youtube.com, a website created by rabbits for rabbits. We live in a world where we are constantly told that we need things to be happy, that your level of success is somehow equivalent to the amount of things you own. And buying things makes us feel great. It triggers the pleasure center in our brain, which means we kind of ride off like a bit of a high for a little while. And this culture of consumerism is slowly killing us. Literally. We are buying as individuals so much stuff that we don't actually need that we end up throwing it directly into a landfill. But not before it's sat in your wardrobe for 2 years. Just still in the box. Just collecting dust. When you buy something, the pleasure center in your brain gives you a small high, but that buzz wears off pretty fast. Then what happens is you kind of feel a bit bummed out again, and you feel the need to buy more stuff because you're addicted to that short-term high that you get from buying it. You start to associate unhappiness with the need to buy things, which means that you are no longer paying attention to why you were unhappy in the first place. You start to place emphasis on a material object's ability to solve a problem which probably can't be solved by a material object. This is not a long-term solution for whatever is causing you unhappiness. It also is not a long-term solution for your bank account. My mum always used to say to me growing up, tidy room, tidy mind. And it's this idea that the external environment in which you live has an impact on the internal headspace that you have and your ability to process and work through your thoughts and emotions. And there is a lot of research to back this idea up. I myself am a classic consumer. I buy things that I don't need without even thinking about it. Sometimes I just see the discounted price and I think, that's a bargain. And sometimes I genuinely am just sad and looking for a way to make myself feel better. So I buy things that previously I didn't really need. I started researching evidence of people getting rid of things and improving their life and changing their mindset, and I stumbled across this TED Talk by a woman named Liz Wright. Now, Liz came up with this idea of getting rid of 1,000 things.
So I had this weird mixture of kind of values, which were basically like, I need to keep hold of everything I have, but equally I need to buy quite a lot of stuff, and that makes me feel good, and the consumerism element. So suddenly I got to a place where I had a house full of stuff and I didn't really recognise some of it, or I didn't realise I had it. So I started to think, what would happen, how would I feel, and how would that affect my happiness if I just got rid of 1,000 things?
And she mentions how having more space in her home made her feel more comfortable, less stressed. She felt she had more time because she wasn't constantly tidying, and that the items she kept, she used all the time. So there was nothing in her house that didn't have a reason to be there. And it got me thinking, that sounds like a mighty fine idea. And so I decided that I would get rid of 1,000 things. Not only was this to promote a better way to look after myself and my mental health, as well as the house that I'm in, but also to look after the environment and the people around me. I have a lot of clothes that I just don't wear, and it would be an excellent opportunity to donate those to people who need them, which in turn stops them ending up in a landfill, which means that it was environmentally friendly too. So from an objective point of view, everything about getting rid of things seemed positive. Why hadn't I done this before? The thing that I have most of in my home is clothes. I change my mind about what I want to look like every week. Also, not to mention, my weight has yo-yoed between 3 or 4 different sizes. These childbearing hips are not going to fit in a size 6. Don't know why I still have them. So I started this journey by going through my clothes, and I tried to adopt the Marie Kondo technique. The Marie Kondo technique, for those who don't know, is that you pick up the item, and if it doesn't genuinely spark joy inside of you, and you don't wear it anymore, then you just thank it for its service and pass it along. I'm a big believer in if something doesn't give you joy, you should give it the opportunity to give someone else joy, and that is why I'm a huge advocate of donating clothes to charity shops or just people around you that you know may be struggling financially that are in need of an extra helping hand.
So much room for activities!
Okay, not that much room for activities. Right, so I am about to fill this room with all of my clothes. It is disgusting how many clothes I have. I do not need this many clothes, and I apologise in advance. Viewer discretion is advised and whatnot. I'm running out of space, so I'm just gonna... It's kind of like a Christmas tree of capitalism. The nice festive elf dress at the top there. God, this must be 1,000 items of clothing on its own. It's gonna literally take me hours to go through this. This does not include clothes that are currently in the wash either, so I will go through those afterwards. I've got some massive storage boxes from IKEA. These are my big boxes. I fit inside it nicely, which is always the measure of a good storage box. This box here is going to be for selling, and this box here is going to be for donate. I'm going to try and stack things in groups of 10 so that they're easy to keep track of. I'm going to do tally counts on the bottom of them. I'm also going to have a pile of things that I'm going to keep. I'm hopefully going to put it in a ratio of about 80% getting rid of and 20% keeping, because obviously I do need some things to wear. Nudity is not high up on my agenda. Apparently it's not high up on my agenda, which is a word for when you're playing Jenga with an agenda. A Jenga. Alright kids, let's get to it. This is quite interesting for me because we are delving into the fashion choices of a 14-year-old me. So there are some definite questionable items. My favourite of which so far, make friends. Hashtag in bed. You're 14 years old, Eleanor. Then your friends you should be making in bed of your teddy bears, you sick freak. So as I'm going through these clothes, something that I keep thinking about is the fact that one of the main things that is telling me whether to donate the clothes or sell the clothes is the brand that made them. And now I'm very fortunate to have grown up with parents who could afford to buy me nice clothes. As a result of that, a lot of my clothes are like Abercrombie and Fitch or Gap or Next. And as I'm going through them, obviously a lot of the Abercrombie and Fitch clothes are in very good condition, so I'm like, I'll sell them. I'm starting to feel guilty that a lot of the clothes that I'm putting in the donate pile are clothes that are from less high quality brands, more fast fashion inspired brands. And something that's kind of making me feel very uneasy is the fact that, like, just because you shop at charity shops and you can't afford new clothes doesn't mean that you aren't deserving of nice clothes. On the clothes that are from good brands, well, I am going to put in the donate pile just because I'm trying to balance it out, and I just feel like that's more fair. I think this coat was bought when I was trying to deny the fact that I liked girls and the fact that I dress like a man. So I found a dress from my hoe days. There's a chain, can't even work out what this is. This goes like round your neck like this, as if it's not short enough. There are also slits, just in case you didn't catch a glance at my vagina. So I've basically just filled the donations box kind of too high. So I'm going to turn the selling box I have there into another donations box, and then I'm going to use those boxes over there for the selling boxes. One box. Done. I just realised I own more clothes and I forgot to get all the stuff out of my drawer, so I'm going to go get them now. And we're back. So this is how we're currently looking. So many clothes. I look like I'm about to go and kickflip at the local skate park with the youths. Yo bro, what's up? Yeah. I don't know why every girl impersonating guys does this, because I don't think I've ever seen a single man in my entire life, or even a male presenting human being, do this. Yeah. What the fuck is that about? We are getting somewhere. I've been at this for like 4 hours. I also just put up a bunch of posts on my Instagram and my Twitter because I was originally going to donate these to Oxfam in Liverpool, which is a charity shop. But I realised that there are probably a lot of people who follow me who are not in as lucky of a position as I was growing up, so they don't have as much access to clothes as I did. So I put up some posts on my Instagram and my Twitter basically saying, like, if you need clothes for a certain event like a job interview, or you've just started a new sports club but you can't afford clothes for that occasion, please DM me and I'll send you some stuff. I just figured it made more sense to offer it directly to people who needed it that I had access to, if that makes sense. But anything that's like left over from that, I will donate to the local charity shops as well. Also, by having people say, hey, have you got this, or hey, have you got that, it's encouraging me to donate more, because I was hanging on to some things that realistically I don't need to hang on to. Good morning. I thought I'd just show you how the room is looking. So around here we've got clothes on the bed, down there, we've got clothes over there, in that box there, we've got clothes in these two boxes here, and then also in the corner there. Okay, so we're at halfway through the donate clothes now in terms of like shipping them out to people. I've got a big pile of bags over there that I'll show you in a minute. I feel like we're getting somewhere now, because obviously people are coming home from like school and stuff, so they're actually replying to messages, which is nice because it means we're getting shit done. Okay, so this is the progress. These are my clothes that I'm keeping thus far. These are clothes for selling, and then also these are clothes that I'm just gifting. And those are all packages that are going to people. These here are going to people who messaged me on Instagram and Twitter. I am shipping these at my own expense, so if you can afford to buy clothes, I do also have a Depop for all of this stuff. That stuff and this stuff are the same quality stuff. It's just it got halved up by what people needed. This is a great look for me. Feeling very fortunate right now that I live a 5-minute walk from the post office, because otherwise this would be a disaster. Yeah, I probably should have thought this through. The next thing I went through is all of my makeup and my beauty products. Now, I'm not a big makeup fan, but because of that and because I don't buy makeup, I have a lot of incredibly old makeup and hand-me-down makeup that my mother gave to me, which, to be honest, she probably got in the 90s as a tester. I also had to go through old hair products and testers and free gifts that I, for some reason, had kept. I don't know what my obsession is with taking the tiny toiletries from hotels every single time I go to them, even though I know I have shampoo at home, probably of a much nicer quality than this hotel toiletry, but for some reason, I'm still gonna steal it. And a little sewing kit. I don't even know how to sew. Why do I need 12 sewing kits with all the same colour threads? I don't even know how to sew on a button. Now, getting rid of 1,000 things includes things that you're donating, things you're selling, and things you're throwing away. Now, all in all, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I did lose count at about 563. I don't think I got rid of 1,000 things. I think I'd have to sell everything I own for it to be 1,000 things. I don't think I'm old enough yet to have accumulated quite so much shit. Like, I'm definitely getting there, but we're not quite at the level where I have 1,000 just completely irrelevant belongings in my possession. The thing about this is that it's not necessarily about getting rid of 1,000 things. It's about having that number in mind so you're more brutal about the things you are getting rid of. Because realistically, it takes a lot for us to objectively look at items that we've invested money and time into and to be like, I don't need that anymore. Now I've gotten rid of the stuff, the focus on me is trying to change my mindset not to just buy more pointless stuff as well. This whole thing has been kind of a rewiring process for me, and I've decided that throughout 2020 I'm going to try not to buy any brand new items. I'm going to try my best to buy second-hand, vintage, pre-owned items for clothing, for shoes, bags, whatever it is, books. Just in an attempt to reduce the amount that goes to landfill and to save my bank balance. Don't know about you, but 2019 really got me in the wallet. I also want to say that I'm aware that this is an incredibly privileged video to be able to make. I'm aware that there are a lot of people in the world who do not have the luxury of having spare things, and that is another reason why those of us who do have the luxury of having spare things, this is a really wonderful thing for you and for other people and the people around you, because when you have an excess of stuff that you don't necessarily need and you want to pass it on, it goes to people who actually need it. I'm mainly making this video to be critical of myself because I have been a disgusting consumer over the last couple of years, and I've really taken for granted the fact that I could buy things, and so I did, and it was just really unnecessary. This has been a very nice exercise for me, just to teach myself to be more mindful about what I'm buying and not to just mindlessly buy things because they're on sale. It's so dumb. Now I say it, it's so dumb, but like, I am a sucker for a sale tag. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to give this a go. I would really love for you to, because it's been a very cathartic exercise for me. Giving yourself the ability to have the headspace and the environment to identify what the real problems are in your life and what you need to work on is incredibly beneficial for us all. So yeah, this is my way of saying welcome to 2020. If you think this is dumb, you can also leave that comment down below. I probably won't favourite that one though, but you might get clout from other people that also think this is dumb, so it might be worth your time to leave a mean comment. I mean, I'm not complaining either way because it's engagement, so if you liked this video, give it a cheeky little thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. It's a free world, you do you boo. I may need to take a shower because for some reason making this video also made me sweat a lot because I was incredibly nervous that people are going to realise how much of a disgusting, materialistic human being I am, which, you know, I am. So you've realised that. Congratulations. But I'm changing now. 2020, new year, new me. I'll see you next Wednesday at 5 p.m, guys. Kisses to your mother.
I can feel my